Bright Town Park.
Sushi and
Okay.
summertime.
Yeah.
Is Laura coming, Joe?
Okay, Goldie, would you do us the honors tonight? I don't know, would you do us the honors, please?
Pledge.
Okay,
I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much, Goldie.
Thank you.
So I understand we want to get people out here by 7 tonight, is that
Well, there are a number of people that have asked that question.
right? Let's make it happen.
Okay?
Councilwoman Brett, I believe, is on her way.
Okay.
Commissioner Brett.
Commissioner Brett, wonderful, thank you.
All right.
Would you call the
Commissioner
roll?
Brett, Commissioner Salanitro,
Aye.
Commissioner Rosenberg.
Here.
Commissioner Bacano regrets something has come up. He cannot make it. Commissioner Sack.
Here.
And Commissioner Carvin.
Here.
Okay.
Beautiful. Okay, can I get any comments on the minutes from the meeting of June 16th? Hey, here she is.
How are you?
And Commissioner Brett. Thank you.
I just have one
Sure.
request. Bishop, if you could maybe add the last discussion at the end where it's talking about the dumpsters. I think I had said something about how one of our concerns had also always been the garbage truck that comes down from Port Chester down, Forest Avenue. And, wouldn't it be nice to ultimately finally do something about that, too?
Well, one of the things that I think you'll be pleasantly surprised with is that the truck that does this pickup is a brand-new vehicle and is totally different than the roll-on, roll-off truck that comes to pick up normally. So once we get rid of the large containers and go to small containers, we think that problem should dissipate.
Okay, so that's
We
well,
think.
that's
But
good news.
the minutes
as
are
far
still-
as
yeah.
the minutes are concerned.
Okay, fine.
Thank you.
We will put that into the minutes.
Thank you.
Can I get a
Motion to approve?
So moved.
second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
All
Aye.
right, perfect. Goldie,
Yes, sir.
it's time for it's your time. Goldie time. Comments from the public.
Are you sure you're...
Yep, I'm ready for you. And I got to tell you, we're 6 concerts this year. I don't think I can get another one in, can I?
7.
7.
Yes.
7.
Oakland Beach is incredible.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, tell them at home. Tell them.
Oakland Beach is the best, the most beautiful beach I have ever been to. It is incredible. I love to go there on Tuesday nights to the concerts and help Bill give out the concert schedules. I just love to go. I come early, I sit, I watch the boats in the water, I watch the people on the beach. I mean, it's incredible. It's incredible. It's the most beautiful beach. And Portchester is blessed with this beach. We are blessed. A lot of people do come and they love the beach. They love to go to Seaside Johnnies, or they love to bring food on the beach. The only thing I've got a problem with, and we need loads of concerts there. You can't say we have too many. We never have too many concerts at Oakland Beach, because under the pavilions, it's incredible. It's incredible. I get there early. I greet some of the bands that come because I love music, and I love to listen to them practice, and they practice before they start at 7:30. So it is incredible there. It is incredible, and thanks to Bill, he does the most wonderful job of all, and he helps them in the setup and everything. He's just incredible. Okay, I just want to tell you. I'm not sure what to tell you at this point, but I know I want to tell you a lot. The most important thing that I have a problem with is, unfortunately, and I love dogs, don't misunderstand, but when it says no dogs in the sign above this sign that comes from the parking lot, and people bring dogs, I have a fit over that, because some of the kids are walking around, some of the dogs are yelling at the kids, and I'm not sure that anything is going to happen there with the dogs. Sometimes they're leashed, sometimes they're not. So we have to do something about the dogs. And I know people love dogs. I love them too. I've always had dogs. But when it says no dogs allowed above this and they keep coming, something is wrong. So I don't know how we can correct it. But I have to tell you how I feel. And thank you. Thank you. Rye Town is blessed with this beach and the pavilion that's on the New York State National Register of Historic Places. We are blessed, and Rye Town is a blessing. So please remember to keep Rye Town alive and the beach alive.
Thank you, Goldie. And now, Bill, are we going to be able to get the concert in tonight? No. Oh, we canceled already?
No, we had to.
So when's the rain date?
Well, it's either going to be the 5th, the 5th or the 19th.
5th of August or the 19th of August?
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody...
Set aside, we're just hoping that we don't have any more cancellations.
Okay, so August 5th or 19th. And what was the name of the band that was going to be there tonight?
Urban Coyotes.
The Urban Coyotes. Urban Coyotes, August 5th or August 19th?
Probably.
Excellent.
I've always thought of us as the suburban coyotes. Up here, all of us.
Yeah, maybe a little too close to home for some of us, right?
Yes, a little.
Great. Okay, thank you. Any other comments from the public, please?
Me?
Well, yep.
I just wanted to mention
So just
that
state
you
your- just for the people at home, just state your name.
Ann Muller,
Yep, thanks, Ann.
Friends of Rye Town Park, Rye resident, across the street from the park. I just wanted to mention that, we canceled the movie last night also because of the terrible weather, and it will be held, God willing, on next Monday, the 21st.
21st.
Same
Perfect.
time, 7 o'clock, entertainment, movie begins about 8:40, I
And
guess.
could you remind people what
The
the movie-
Goonies.
The Goonies, that's right. How could I have forgotten that?
I don't know. Thank you, and
Thank you
thanks,
so much,
thanks
Ann.
to Fred and Bill and all the support we get down
Wonderful.
there in the park.
Thank you, and thank you for all your support.
Sure.
Other comments from the public? Okay. Terrific. Management report, Mr. Gioffre?
All of you have a copy of the management report.
Yep.
Good evening, all. Our staff training supervision continued all departments, and we brought on our high school students to fill in some of the gaps that we had with cashiers. As far as maintenance goes, we had the breakdown of the beach tractor. Playland was kind enough to come in and cover for us, and that went on for almost a month. I'm trying to figure a way to thank them, maybe a 6-foot wedge to their maintenance department or something like that. But we did get our new tractor, and it's a John Deere tractor, sufficient to do the entire beach. We always had a problem with the old tractor up on the North Beach because the sand is so soft and sometimes they get stuck up there, but this tractor has huge tires and should be no problem to do the entire beach. We received it last Friday, and then Argento had to come down to make a couple of adjustments for the hookup to the rake, and then when our guys went on the beach the first day, the tractor showed that the engine was overheating. And so my guys stopped, and Argento came down the next day and spent 3 hours running the tractor at a high level, and there was no problem with the overheating of the engine. It was a gauge, which he will replace when we get the front-end loader. So our thanks to the Commission for giving us this most important tool. The beach didn't miss a beat. It was clean every day. Playland did a great job. And I even pointed out to Supervisor Carvin the other day. I said, "Do you see any garbage on that beach, Joe?"
None.
And so our new tractor will even make us better yet. So
When is that going to be delivered?
it's been delivered.
It has been. Okay, we got it.
And tomorrow will be the first day we're using it because we had that little problem.
Yep.
So Sal was trained by Argento to use it, and Sal is training his assistant, Paulie. So there'll only be two people using this tractor from here in, and we're going to take care of it like as if it's a child of ours. We had the pond contracted there a couple of times for treatments. Right now the pond is clear and clean. We had a little problem with the waterfall pump. We've cleared that up, and it was working yesterday, today, the day before. So that problem seems to have gone away. Moving on to the dumpsters, we've purchased 8 4-yard dumpsters, which should be delivered either later this week or early next week. We have cleaned out the area of all shrubbery and trees that were dying and so forth and so on. So the entire area is clean. I brought in an exterminator, which took care of the colony of rats. I've been watching it the last couple of days. Haven't seen a rat there. So that was taken care of. Once we get the new dumpsters in, we're hoping to
When is that, Fred?
Should be the end of this week or early next week.
Okay.
We're hoping to some way put a 6-inch cement slab for them to sit on. And either we're going to attempt to do it in-house. Bishop's been getting some prices to see what it would cost. And then we'll surround the area with new abrevieties, which our guys can do.
Oh, beautiful.
So it'll be a substantial difference in the way it looks.
Great.
And
That'd be very
smells,
nice.
because
That'd be a big plus.
the dumpsters have covers. So
Good.
4 will be marked with SSJ and 4 will be marked RTP, so we can distinguish between the two. I've already gone over the process of how we're going to move these things around as they fill up. So that's well on its way. Moving on, we had a windstorm, and they tell me it was a 10-minute windstorm, but one of our trees just got split right in half. Just came down, boom.
Wow.
Zicka was there the next day. He cleaned it out. He cleared it out. I called John Zicka, tree removal. He gives us good prices. The only thing he has to do is grind the stump right now. So that was taken care of, but it did affect our computer systems. 2 of our new Dell computers went down, and our contractor is getting them replaced by Dell because they're warranted. And he was able to get us up and running using our old computers, so we didn't miss a beat there neither. Over the 4th of July weekend, we moved over 6,000 cars in and out of there without incident.
Beautiful.
On July 4th, it was a rainy day, but it cleared up, and between 6 and 9 o'clock, we filled the entire park. So we didn't lose the day completely, we just lost the beach part of the day. And the other 2 days were outstanding. We had an increase in attendance due to the fact that
In fact, I'm looking at these numbers. You have Memorial Day weekend at the top. I think it looks like a typo.
No. I gave you both reports.
Okay, well...
If you go to the back, you'll see the...
Yeah, we have 4th of July here. It looks like the same numbers twice. I don't know if you...
Oh, okay.
I think you may have given me...
The bishop's never
I'm
wrong.
sorry. I apologize.
Oh, sorry, I apologize.
Hang on a second. You're absolutely right. I misread it. All right, that is the same report. It is the 4th of July numbers, not
Okay.
Memorial Day.
Okay. So we were short, Fred, if we just go to this part of your report. So we ended up short, we had, as you said, we made up Friday with $5,000, 2 strong days, Saturday and Sunday, but over at $56,000 for the weekend, but versus the stellar weekend last year of $92,000, we're 36 short. Did I get that right?
That's exactly
Yeah,
right.
and I'm fairly confident that we're going to catch that with some good weather.
All right. Well, now, and if I just look to the next page, Jen, at the end of May, we were up 13 to the good?
That's just May, just the month of May.
May
So where are we year-to-date
May to
right now,
May.
then?
Right now, we're about 15,000 behind last year, if I recall.
Yeah.
Well, we're 13 to the good in May, 12 to the bad in June, so basically flat, and 36 down over the July 4th weekend.
Right. And it's primarily the July 4th weekend is what we're down to.
So, okay.
That one day.
So that gobbled up whatever
If we
edge
had-
that we had leading up into it.
Yeah, if we had a good day on the 4th, we would have been way ahead. But as it is, we're playing. We have a little catching up to do. A little good weather, we should do it.
Beautiful.
Year
Fred,
to
I
year.
think most of the commissioners have read the report. I don't know if any of the commissioners had a question for you, and any of the questions on the numbers. I think it's pretty straightforward. I think it's July. I think that the report's pretty clear. I think we're moving along well.
I just want to point out to
Yep.
the commission, there is one problem with a comparator.
Or what?
A comparator, and that is that Labor Day is on the 2nd of September. So in effect, our season ends, on the second day of September officially. We think that's going to be problematic at the end of the year. It'll be hard to see until we get there, but we're looking into how we might be able
To
to.
a shorter season, basically.
Yeah, we're having a shorter season, is what it is. So we're looking into what we can do, for example, to maybe make up for that, having some kind of a skeleton crew, during the week, and certainly maybe staying open 1 or 2 weekends beyond the season. We'll have to see how that plays out.
Perfect. Great. Any other questions for Mr. Gioffre? Fred, anything other important that, we've seen the report. Anything else you
Yeah.
want to highlight?
Nothing else. In fact, I was going to start it off by saying all of you had the report if you have any questions.
No, that's perfect. That's good. That's wonderful.
Okay?
Excellent, Fred.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Thanks very much. I was actually down there today. Was impressed there was virtually no employees. Right, because it was
Because it was raining, yeah.
No, but I'm saying
Were
that.
you there during the deluge, or?
No, it's prior to the deluge. But what was it? No, but it was.
One security and 4 lights.
I mean, in terms of the flexibility of the staff, which I guess we're doing that for about 2 or 3 years, but I was impressed that that we're able to respond so quickly and anticipate. So that
That's
was
been
good.
showing up in the numbers, by the
Yeah.
way.
And no cashiers.
Yeah, I was shocked.
No parking.
Yeah, it was
So that's
interesting.
an automatic. When that happens, it's automatic.
Yeah.
I call them individually and tell them, send them.
Perfect. Good. All right. Thanks very much. Rye City Leash Law Dog Subcommittee report. Commissioner Brett.
Sure.
Good to see you.
I'm happy to report on it. Nice to see you. I did furnish the commission members a summary of the meeting that Benny and I went to, the dog subcommittee. I think it was pretty productive. Benny and I were there. Bishop was there, Fred was there. We had David Rasmussen on behalf of the Friends of Rytown Park, and then we had 2 dog owners, Jamie Jensen and Meg Rodriguez. It was a pretty productive meeting, talking through some of the logistical issues. Bishop conveyed at the outset the concern raised by the Council for Rytown that your insurance agent has conveyed to you that it could increase your liability, and you're looking for an indemnity from the city of Rye. And I've conveyed that to the city of Rye also at our most recent city council meeting, if we move forward with the dogs off leash policy.
Well, actually, just to be absolutely clear, Mr. Noda, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think our board formally asked in any way for an indemnity. I think there was a suggestion that an indemnity could resolve the problem. I just want to be clear. I don't think the Rytown board. Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't mean to.
No. I just
That's fine.
wanted to be. I wanted to
did
be.
convey to the city council that was at least a potential request that
Right.
we might be able to entertain from the Rytown board.
Right.
So that was the liability issues, and on the same front, the Council for the City of Rye has done some research on whether or not there's in fact an increased liability, and it's her opinion, at least at this preliminary stage, that there is no increased liability. So I've asked that our City of Rye Corporation Council and Mr. Noto, as the Town of Rye representative, get together and kind of
Good.
talk through some of the issues.
Have you guys set up a date to do that?
Yeah, but it's on me, it's my fault.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
Great.
thank you. But just in terms of the logistics, we did talk in general about whether or not whether or not we were looking for an hours of the day off-leash policy or an off-leash area that would be fenced in. And it was the consensus of our subcommittee that having a one fenced-in area imposed too much of a burden on one area of the park, and could potentially really create, and certainly the burden on that park in that area if you had it fenced in year-round, all day. That burden on that on that part of the park would be pretty significant and wouldn't really be the optimal way. It wouldn't create an open park that was usable for all, which is, I think, part of the goal of creating this policy is to create times when everybody can use the full park. So our subcommittee rejected that. Now, I also do want to convey that the Friends of Ryetown Park made a very extensive presentation to the City of Rye at our most recent City Council meeting with their suggestion that we do just that, create a separate area of the park that would be fenced off for dogs to be off leash. So I want to make sure that the commission at least is aware that the Friends of Ryetown Park have a separate proposal. But in terms of the logistics, it seemed like this group, the recommendation from this group would be that if we're going to pursue an off-leash policy, that we do it with a registration requirement, so that if people want to keep their dogs off-leash in the park, they would have to register with the City of Rye, that there'd be a fee for that registration, and that part of the registration would require them to sign off on what the rules are for being able to have your dogs off-leash. That would also, we felt, create a user group that was committed to the policy working and would help both fund necessary additional security, potentially police time, to enforce the off-leash hours and the registration requirement, both when dogs are allowed off-leash and when dogs are allowed on-leash. But they would also potentially create a group that would also be motivated to help clean up the park during the times of the year when cleanup is required, particularly during the season, before the season began, so that when we had more increased usage of the park from people without dogs, that the dog would be clean and ready to be used by everyone. I think what the understanding of the group is that we all want to be caretakers of the park, and we all want to protect the park and preserve the park in a way that it can be used by the greatest number of people. And the best way to do that was to create sort of a committed user group among dog owners that was looking out for the benefit of the park and wanted this policy to work long term. And then a registration might help us create that. And it would also deter, I know some of the concerns expressed were that it would be a real magnet and that you would have an overuse of the park, and it certainly allows you to control that to some extent. I mean, you may even be able to limit the number of registrations that are permitted. So those were our solutions. We're still in the phase of trying to work through some of this, but I think that pretty thoroughly conveys what we discussed.
Thank you. Commissioner Salanitro, did you have anything to add?
I think it was a good meeting. I think Commissioner Brett summed it up nicely, followed up quickly, I should say, also right after the meeting, so it was fresh in everybody's mind. I think, I'm sorry I missed the Rye City Council meeting. I was planning on coming there just to get a flavor. I did get some input from, I guess, Bishop, you circulated something on a Facebook page or something. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. I think progress will be made. I think there'll be a good consensus. Hopefully there'll be a good consensus to get a program in place.
And I guess your committee will be looking to generate that consensus. Is that what you're trying to do?
Yep, that's what we're trying to do.
Trying to get a unified recommendation.
Yep.
Excellent. Mayor Sack, did you have anything to add?
I can't get over the fact that Bishop is on Facebook.
No. The Dog Friends of Ryetown Park have a Facebook page.
Okay.
Mayor Rosenberg?
No, I think it's great, and I appreciate Commissioner Salanitro and Commissioner Brett doing this. I think that it's certainly a lot of work, and it's a highly charged topic, and I look forward to hearing more about it.
As we look across the world today, there's a number of highly charged topics in the news, And I'll put this right up there with him, and I appreciate the hard work you're doing, Commissioner Brett.
We're going to send
Commissioner
Laura. We're going to
Salanitro.
send her to the Middle East.
Yeah, after you get this one
You know,
done.
As you said to me at some point when we broached this, this isn't really going to, as charged as it is, the most challenging thing about it is also it's never going to get you any particular credit on either side of that.
No.
Side.
It's a vote loser.
It's
a vote
just,
loser.
it's a net loser for
Exactly.
everyone, for me particularly, I think, but.
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate you taking the time. Thank you, Commissioner Salanitro. We'll look forward to hopefully generating a consensus. Okay, Bishop, what do we got here? We've got Seaside's Johnnies.
Yeah, we wanted to share with you the menus. I can only tell you.
I know we
that-
have overview of this. I think the view we took last year is that basically, I don't think any. I mean, well, I guess we have some overview, but no one. I certainly have no interest in telling them what to charge.
You can.
We have that capacity, and
Do you know of a rule of thumb?
Well, the prices.
Have a price.
I have a philosophical.
On freight prices have gone up 10% this year.
Right.
Oh my God! Well, just
Well, I think I sympathize with you, Commissioner Carvin, in that he's running his business, and if the demand is there, and he has the price elasticity to deal with that demand, I'm not sure what to say.
What's the escalation in our agreement?
There's a 3% rent escalation.
So I was looking at something else.
So what I think is interesting is this is sometimes billed as the working man's Riviera, and but it's $13.95 for a cheeseburger. So that's I guess
New York Freight.
I guess so.
You're paying for the scenery. Thank you for cleaning the beach, Fred.
Does anybody have any comments? Or for me, I'm just as a philosophical matter, I'm not. Seaside Johnny's run his own business, and I think the more important thing is the next item on the agenda is the extension request. But did anybody have any comments on the menu? Did anybody want to?
Do they have a senior citizen discount? Does anybody know? They don't have
no.
that, huh?
No,
That's too bad.
and neither do they have an employee discount.
Can we ask for that, Paul? Can we ask for a senior citizen discount for our seniors at
Yeah,
the...
you can. You control the menu. So you can-
He has a special between 4 and 7 he has a $5 menu. And a lot of our employees utilize it.
I don't see that there.
What do you get for $5? Popcorn shrimp?
Down to maybe 45.
Well, I got the AARP card now. I'm thinking I can use that.
Just to
You have to
get,
do 5-0 menu.
you can get baked clams or little neck clams, 6 of them, for $5. And a couple other items.
Is that the equivalent of what they call the early bird special kind of thing?
Yeah. And he
Okay.
also has special on wine and drink.
So I think, don't we also reduce our prices at 4 o'clock?
We do.
All right, so I know we also have a discount program in the afternoon for beach access and so forth, which seems to be working reasonably well.
Good. Okay. So now the request. So he's asked it. Why are we getting this
All right,
again?
The situation is that...
I know he had a tough year last year. He wants us to extend by a year.
Right. And
Didn't we already
the commission,
we
right, the
reject this?
commission rejected this primarily because the commission at the time was knee-deep in the RFP for development, which has now at least fallen by the wayside. Recall, I don't. Did anybody have any interest in revisiting this? No. Okay. Thank you. I just want to raise the issue.
Right.
His lease expires December 16th, and if there
December 16th. What?
of 2016, which is 2 years from
Right.
now, and if the commission has any interest in engineering any changes, this would be the time to start that process.
What changes?
Well, do you want to
Bring
go
in
out
a
and
new
rebid the...
Oh yeah. That's my hope.
contract.
Why would we extend them now when we're getting ready to rebid the contract? I don't understand that.
Okay.
I think clearly we're going to need to, in the not too distant future, so you're absolutely correct.
We're just looking for some guidance in terms of how we should approach this.
Well, the guidance, and please feel free to comment. We had the outsourcing effort. In fact, you've been contacted by somebody who wants to, revisit that process, and you're taking it around the park. So I don't see any urgency to put this out again now, and I certainly wouldn't extend it in light of all the uncertainty surrounding the opportunity.
Joe, can I just,
please, yes,
Bishop,
please.
Did you put this on the agenda yourself, or did he make another request that this be considered?
I happened to bump into him last week, and we spoke about it.
Okay.
And just with all due respect to Mr. Ambrose, if he's looking for an explanation from the commission, at least from my perspective, and other people can weigh in, he's been a good partner. He's been a good provisioner at the park, and he's certainly increased the level of food service available to people in the park. And it's a restaurant now as opposed to what was there before, which is more of a snack bar. And his investment in the restaurant has certainly been a benefit to people who want a more upscale restaurant to go and enjoy in the park. But the contract was for a period of time that was specified, and I think he's gotten the benefit of that contract, and I don't see any reason for the commission to extend that by a year, particularly when there's an opportunity to rebid it and potentially bring in more revenue for the Rye-Town Park. And that's an important issue for us as a commission to consider and think about. So there's no real motivation to extend it here, and he's gotten the benefit of his contract.
So, in sum, I think, look, great citizen. We love, he's been productive and positive participant in the park. But, given everything on our plate, there's no interest on the board of extending at this point in time.
Okay.
Did you want to say something?
Just following up Commissioner Brett, even in fact, if we were to renegotiate with him, there's a lot of things we would change in this license agreement that we've talked about for all parties. So I wouldn't extend it based on the current license agreement. I think even if we were going to continue with him, we would renegotiate that agreement and make some significant changes.
Exactly. Thank you, Town Attorney.
Even Danny Meyer in Union Square Cafe, they're moving out of their location too. So things sometimes change, and we hope that he isn't a bidder on the new contract. But we just have to keep our options open, I think.
Perfect. All right. Good. Trash dumpsters. Oh no, Joseph Mackli Family. Sorry.
Yeah, we've put this off for the last couple of meetings.
What do we?
Well, we're talking about. Gentleman was park director many years ago.
What are they looking for, though?
They're just looking for a 2-week period to have a family permit. The guy is something in about 90 years old, but he'd like to be able to come down to the beach with his family.
And how much were they looking at?
It's nominal. For example, beach access, and this is what we would recommend. We give them a beach access permit, which is free beach access for any permit holders. There's no revenue impact at all on us. And they would pay whatever the parking rate would be for a permit parking, which would be the $4.
Are they paying the permit or not?
No. It's only a 2-week, time-specific period.
Well, just so we're not setting any precedent, I think that it would be important that in the future we only grant these types of freebies to people that worked for the park for 24 years and that are 90 years old.
Right.
Okay, so if that's the case, then I'm okay with it.
I think that's exactly what we're trying to do here.
Okay.
I think Mayor Sack read my mind. I'm concerned with the precedents here, but given the longevity and the age of the person, I think we can probably make it.
So I sound like we have a consensus?
So moved.
Yeah,
Second?
I agree. Yeah.
Terrific.
All right,
Thank
all in
you very
favor?
much.
Yes.
Aye.
All right, okay, great. I think we talked a bit about the dumpsters. Anything else we needed to add?
No, not really.
I'm coming here a record close in this meeting here today.
This is
Fred, any
great.
questions?
Yeah, I'm really looking
Yeah.
for it. Yeah.
Fred, can you maybe answer or try to summarize the recycling effort for Seaside Johnnies, and without getting too many details, and also how they're handling their waste oil? They had a waste oil tank in that old compound, and I think that was part of the the infestation issues, has he cleaned up his act?
No, I have to sit down and talk to him about that, about
Okay.
the oil part of it. But with the new covers, that should solve the problem of the odor. He knows that he's going to have to use his 4 containers, and we'll use ours. He generates about 50% of the garbage, and until you negotiate the new contract, I personally think that $3,000 a year for garbage removal is kind of low.
Yeah, we backed into that number, as you know. That was it was a fictitious number.
Yes.
It really didn't mean anything because we weren't getting charged for it in the beginning.
Right.
So,
There were a lot of discrepancies in that contract, and that's why it's important that you renegotiate Mr. Noto over there in good faith, because there's quite a few...
But the area is getting clean. My point is not to get into that.
Yeah, no, I need to speak to him about the...
Looks good, it smells good,
Yeah,
tastes good.
yeah. The rats are gone, the place looks clean right now. As soon as we get rid of the old dumpsters, the new dumpsters should look fine.
Okay.
We'll freshen up the area, and there'll be a considerable difference.
Is Mac happy? Mac happy.
Mac hasn't said a word. I mean, when the paint dripped, it was clean the next day. I take responsibility for that. I didn't notice it. He sent me a picture. It was clean the next day.
Thanks for your reactions. Thank you.
Okay, August 19th is our next meeting. Oh, what? Okay.
I have one more piece of new business.
All right,
I just
hurry
wanna
up.
share.
Hurry
Yeah,
up.
I
You're
just wanna-
messing with my
I'm
record.
taking your record. I'm just passing samples. These are the slat samples for the benches. These are the colors available for the frames, if you will. It's engineered, I'll say engineered wood. It's a plastic resin, recycled wood material. You'll notice the color goes all the way through. We're working with the Friends on trying to get the Friends to decide, what color palette they would like. And the project is moving along nicely.
Excellent. I saw that in the report.
Well, I don't know.
No.
These are the 2 colors.
So we don't have no say.
I'm just going to ask you a very important question.
What's that?
When you move, what's going to happen to the Park Commission? Where are they going to hold their meetings?
Skype.
Portchester. Portchester.
Yeah, but in
Portchester.
In the 222 Grace Church?
No, at the Portchester Court. The court, 350 North Main.
We're happy to offer
Yeah.
City Hall, by the way, as
Yeah,
well.
that's actually a good, not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
At the
could do it.
police station?
Yeah. Yeah.
The courtroom?
Yeah.
And that's where the next park meeting will be?
No, we're not going to move to October.
That's what I'm talking about, the Park Commission meeting.
No, it's going to be here in August 9th. August will be here.
No, after you meet.
After we
After
move,
you move.
it will be
At
at 350 North Main Street.
350 North Main Street?
Same place that
Same place where Portchester
holds
meets.
their meetings.
That's
police-
where the
police
police...
department.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly. Yeah.
Yep,
Upstairs
upstairs.
in the
Yes.
courtroom.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, just want to know.
No, I understand. Don't worry. We'll,
Supervisor Carvin, just as an FYI, we had moved our regular board meeting. We're only having one board meeting for Rybrook Village in the month of August, and it happens to be on the 19th.
It does.
We will
Okay.
not have Rybrook. We won't be here.
And
that
I'm actually going to be away on vacation that
Actually, I'm going to be away on vacation that week as well. So it's about, should we try and move the
And I'm
meeting,
away.
or
I'm
should
away
we?
before that.
Do we need an August meeting, or do we?
To be frank with you, no.
What does the commission think?
So let's
Reconvene in
I'm happy to
September?
postpone.
The only thing with the August
Great.
meeting,
Reconvene in September.
Okay, so we'll reconvene the third.
the only thing with the August meeting was what Bishop was saying, that we're going into a short season into the beginning part of September. Do we need to take any action to?
I don't think there's any action. They just got to be
We
staff
really
decision.
haven't. I mean, this has always been deferred to staff based on what we see in terms of the weather and how the weather is treating us, and then we make the appropriate adjustment.
I move that we suspend with our August meeting in light of the limited.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
It's quick.
See you in September.
Okay, so wait, I have one more
Yes, sure.
new business thing. I just want to thank Bishop and Fred for hosting the New York Rising meeting that's being held at Rytown Park tomorrow night. New York Rising is New York State's flood mitigation program. They provided block grants to communities that had a certain level of damage post Hurricanes Lee, Katrina, and Sandy, or no, not Katrina, Lee. Irene and Sandy, and Rye was designated one of those communities, and there's a public engagement portion of receiving the funding. They asked, they asked to have the meeting at Rye Town Park on a fireworks night or a concert night. Staff recommended that a fireworks night would be more conducive to using a pavilion, and so they've worked with them and coordinated a meeting for tomorrow night. So really appreciate your working with them on that.
Thank you for that. Thank you. And what time's that meeting for people?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. Wonderful. Great. Can I get a motion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right. I make it. Did I get that?
Yes, you did. 7.